Hello everyone, welcome you all on Disha revision classes. I am recording this video for the purpose of a quick revision of the Disha syllabus. So here I will just only revise the entire concept. I am going to discuss about the module number 5, protection of information assets. This module is very important for your Disha examination. So let's start with the risk response. There are 4 types of risk response: avoid, transfer, accept, and mitigate. In first case, an organization decides not to work on a particular function having a risk, like not to use of a technology. Is avoid, means we are avoiding the risk. Transfer, in this case, an organization take a risk cover for a financial loss. Accept, in this case, after risk assessment, if we find that the risk from a particular event is not very high and it is within our risk appetite capacity, means we can bear the risk up to the particular amount, we can accept it. Mitigate, in this case, a organization implement some control by incurring additional cost so that the cost of the risk should be reduced or a risk should be mitigated. The object of information security is to maintain confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means restricting an unauthorized access to your data, information, or restrict unauthorized disclosure of your information. Integrity ensure that the data should not be modified, changed without any proper authorization. Availability, the information to whom it belongs should be available when it required. Now take types of attack. There are various types of cyber attack. We will learn one by one. Backdoor is a technique where an attacker use any weak point of your system or network and get enter into your system, and then after it start to send the information to the attacker, or also it can make a new door for their future entry. Blue checking is sending of the offensive or sensitive message over the Bluetooth. Buffer overflow is a trick of attacker where, based on the weakness of a software, it send a data to its buffer memory more than its capacity of the buffer memory, so the excess data will be flow to the adjacent memory and overwrite their location's data. Cyber stalking is stalking or harassing someone on internet, like on social media. Cyber terrorism is use of internet to conduct any violent that is equally like a physical terrorism, threatening to someone's life, sending them message for their life threaten. Cyber warfare is equally like a real war, like Russia and Ukraine, spreading the information about the attack, and it is the part of strategy. Data deedling is changing data before or during the entry into the system. The source data you are using for the purpose of entry into the system, it has been changed by the someone, or the key you are using for the purpose of the entry into the system, but a attacker can change your data through your key. He have installed a malicious code on your system. You are entering something else, but there is getting another result. Denial of service, in this case, a attacker try to make your system or any service unavailable to the legitimate user. DNS, domain name spoofing. In this case, attacker spoof your system about the domain name, and resulting it you will reach to any incorrect IP address, and you will give your information on that domain name which is belong to the attacker. After getting your information, he will remove from it, and the another site will be open for you. Email spoofing. Email spoofing is a trick where an attacker try to get information from you by sending a message that is not authorized email from not an authorized email, but you assume and you think that because this mail is looking like it has been sent from a real real or authorized user, but that was not sent from that authorized user, and you click on the link, particular link given on the mail, and enter your like credentials, login credentials, and your credit card information, card information, etc. Identity theft. In this case, someone used the ID card to get entry into the system or any premises of the computer system. Keystroke logger. In this case, attacker record your pattern of using the keyboard by inserting some code or any software in your computer, so that when you are logging to your bank, logging or doing any banking transaction, the attacker can guess that how you are typing your user ID and password. So he can guess. Logic bomb is a malicious code installed on your system or your network that will be exploited on a particular time or logic given to this malicious code, like particular time is given to him, or on a particular memory use limit. Piggybacking is a trick where an unauthorized person get enter into a server room or a system by using the ID of a authorized person. Like a authorized person is getting enter into a server room, but as soon as he enter and before the door is closing, a unauthorized person also get enter into the server room by using benefit of real user. Salami theft is a technique where attacker steal a small amount, but largely it became very large transaction, like stealing money from banking transaction in small paisa from all transactions. So largely cumulatively it become very high. Sensitive data exposure is where the attacker steal your data like credit card, your identity theft, and your banking transaction, login information, etc. Injection means inserting something extra or malicious code while your data is traveling from any one network to another network, or you are giving some command to your system, but in between attacker insert some another command also. So in this case, attacker trick your computer's interpreter that the data has been sent from the authorized person, and it will not check this and will allow to get enter into your system. This is known as a injection. Trojan horse is a type of attack where a program which you understand that is a legitimate program, although this is not a benign program, but you by looking on the program's design and name, etc., you think that this is a benign program, and install on your system. After installing it, start to send your data information to attacker. This is non-replicating program and self-contained program. but this require human intervention. Virus is a self-replicating program, and this copy itself when it install on your computer system or any system, but this also require human intervention. Worms is also self-replicating, but it does not copy, but it can be installed without a human intervention. Web defacement. In web defacement, here attacker do change your website appearance and insert some any slogan on your website, so that when means you can get a reputational loss. Information security, information system control. Type of information system control. There are three type of information system control: preventive, detective, and corrective. In preventive controls, where organization put some control, implement a control like that any undesired event cannot be happen or it can be prevented. Means preventive control resist any undesired event before it's happening. Detective controls. Detective controls are the control implemented on your system to detect a transaction which is not an authorized transaction and as per the instruction given to the system. So if there is any deviation, it will log it and can alarm also. So this is the detective controls. Like your audit log, this will keep record your transaction pattern. How did you enter the transaction and get success for a particular transaction. Corrective control. Corrective controls are the control implemented to correct once any undesired activities or any error has been occurred on your system. Risk and control ownership. So every system on your organization or any project or information, there should be an owner who is responsible for its protection. So owner is a person in an organization who is having a close interest with your process that can be affected through a risk. And owner is responsible. Owner determine a control for the risk mitigation. Periodic review and monitoring and risk and control. After implementing risk response, management should periodically review the risk management, risk response and controls, whether they are working efficiently or not. So a very important thing to remember you that the risk response and controls must be periodically reviewed, and at least annually it should be reviewed. And all incident and lesson learned must be used to review the identified risk. If any error occurred on your system or any event, any incident occurred on your system, on that time also you should review. At least annually you should review, but at every point of any incident you should review your controls. Change management process should proactively review. New initiative and project must be considered only after risk assessment. Control assessment. Control assessment, an auditor must assess the control implemented by the organization. So here in first step, control assessment is to review the risk register. We will review the risk register and risk associated respond. So based on which an auditor can prioritize the control to be tested. What test we have to do, that we can prioritize. Control self-assessment. Control self-assessment is a self-assessment by an organization through its employee who are working on day-to-day basis on that control. There are two type of the techniques through which an organization can conduct control self-assessment, like workshop, organizing workshop for their employees, and survey or questionnaire completed by their staff. Role of IS auditor in information risk management. What is the role of IS auditor for the risk management? IS auditor can be facilitator for conducting risk assessment to provide an assurance to the board about the effectiveness of risk management framework implemented by an organization. Auditor plan audit cycle according to perceived risk. Thank you for watching.